Vaping's kind of like a plague.
Vaping is upsetting.
When I see my friends vaping and talking about how they spent this much money and how they've gone through this many vapes this week, just like really, it doesn't give me a positive outlook.
Like having to watch people die due to nicotine. In high school, a lot of my friends did vape, and at times I did feel like peer pressure to do it. Definitely prioritize your health and make sure that you are doing what's best for you. And if you need help, to reach out for it. Don't be afraid.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I want to say. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to UWS Men's Soccer here on 91.3 FM KUWS and also on Yellow Jacket TV. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium here on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Superior. Where's the pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce as the Yellow Jackets opening up the UMAC Conference Tournament here tonight, taking on Crown College here in Superior with temperatures in the mid-40s and a brisk breeze on the playing surface. We'll see how that affects matters as we move along in this semifinal contest. The Yellow Jackets coming into this game here tonight as the number 1 seed in the UMAC tournament for 2025. UWS closing out the regular season at 14-6 overall, 12-0 in the UMAC. Joe Mooney in his 18th season at the helm of the Yellow Jacket men's program, 243 wins, 105 losses, and 28 draws for Coach Mooney so far in his Yellow Jacket coaching career. UWS closed out the regular season with an 8-0 victory here on this very field against Martin Luther here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, a game that I had on Yellow Jacket TV this past Saturday. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets scored early and often and also were able to get their bench players plenty of playing time on the last day of the regular season. As a team, the Yellow Jackets had 7 different players score while also playing a total of 26 different players in sweeping the season series from the Knights. Bryce Bolt netted the first of his 2 goals on the game at 5:52 to give the Yellow Jackets a quick 1-0 lead. From there, Joel Thomas found the back of the net at 6:31 before Alfie Hudd scored at 15:29 to make it 3-0. Bolt added his second of the contest of 17-21, and Kyle Massingham scored at 36-42 to give the Yellow Jackets a 5-0 lead heading into the intermission. Then in the second half, Freddie Watson made it 6-0 with his tally of 52-13 before Jordan Altman scored at 76-14, and Jimmy Jameson closed out the scoring for UWS at 84-01 to make it an 8-0 Yellow Jackets shutout. For the contest, the Yellow Jackets holding a 45-4 edge in total shots, which included an 18-3 advantage in shots on target. Patrick Sessions and Luke Lockman combined in goal for the Yellow Jackets to make 3 saves and post the shutout victory. Meanwhile, Crown comes in here off of a regular season in which they went 6-11-3 overall and 5-6-1 in the UMAC. They're the number 4 seed in this UMAC conference tournament here in 2025. Alex Hostler's in his second season at the helm of the Polars program. They close out the regular season with a 1-0 win over North Central in their regular season finale on Saturday at Old National Bank Stadium down in St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. In that contest, the Polars netted the game's only goal at 38:56 when Alan Montano scored his 3rd goal of the season, unassisted to give Crown the victory in a rough contest that featured 18 fouls, 7 yellow cards, and 2 red cards between the two teams. For the contest, Crown held a 12-7 edge in total shots, which included a 5-4 advantage in shots on target. Leo Roque went all the way in goal for the Polars, making 4 saves to post the shutout. So that's where the two teams stand heading into this UMAC Conference Tournament semifinal here under the lights here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. And with that being the case, we'll take our first break of the pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce and come back with more, including a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Joe Mooney. That's coming up in just a couple minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Men's Soccer here on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. I'm now joined by Yellow Jacket head coach Joe Mooney. And Coach, another successful regular season for you guys, another regular season title in hand here. That makes now 8 in a row for you guys, now entering the UMAC tournament, looking for your 9th straight tournament title. We'll talk more about that as we move along here, but just want to get your thoughts here as we close out the regular season. You guys were able to get 2 nice wins against Bethany Lutheran and Martin Luther, as we talked about. Really, really strong offensive performance from your team in both games, I felt like, especially against Bethany Lutheran. You guys jumped on them really early and never let them back up. And then against Martin Luther, able to get 26 different guys in the game, get a lot of playing time, get some of the regulars some rest heading here into the tournament. So it looks like, from at least my perspective, like it's all systems go right now. I just want to get your opinion on where your team is at here heading into the semifinal today against Crown.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Just to kind of recap the weekend, obviously really happy with both results. When it comes to the Bethany game, obviously they're playing on the other side now today against Northwestern, and I think either side could come out of that one. And honestly, whoever wins this one up here today, I think will have their hands full either way. So, yeah, I think it's really just a great sign, a great mark for the conference that there's 4 really good teams that make it. I think anybody who gets out of this conference tournament will represent the UMAC very well at the NCAA level, and obviously we're hoping that we can put our stamp on it and give it another run. But again, there's a lot of really good competition to get through in order to do that.
As usual, you guys have a lot of scoring depth on this team. You're averaging through more than 3 goals a game, 20 shots per game. You've got 75 goals in the back of the net this year. So it's a team that scores, on a regular basis. I mean, that's kind of been your guys' hallmark over the years. But there has been some, lineup changes this year. You've been getting some different guys into the lineup. And, I want to go back to one of those guys that we haven't really talked about all that much, but had a really nice game this Martin Luther. And I know he's a guy that you just love because he's been with the program for 4 years. He's overcome some injury problems in his career. But Bryce Bold had 2 goals against Martin Luther. I just want to talk about how you feel about his contributions to the program over the years, because I know, like you said, he's one of your favorite guys on the team in terms of his ability to stay in there and just kind of wait his turn. And now he's seems to be capitalizing it in his senior year.
Yeah, Matt. I mean, Bryce, not only is he one of my favorites, I think he's everybody's favorite. Just an incredible young man. To persevere through some of the injury woes that he had last year that stretched a lot longer. I mean, at first it was like, well, maybe we'll get him back this season. Then there was no shot to get him back this season. Then it stretched all the way into the spring. And, it's just, again, his resilience, I think, is the number one thing that you just kind of flat out talk about. But what a terrific soccer player he's really become as well. And obviously we loved him from the start. But I think his transition into the college game, where he's got some real, just some obvious physical tools at his disposal. And yeah, for sure. Yeah, no question. Strong, fast, all of it. But, sometimes guys like that can get away with just kind of leaning on that in the high school game. It doesn't always translate at the college level. And he's had to make some real adjustments in his game. And again, that's where you love the guy, because he's so coachable, not just from myself and the staff, but his teammates and former teammates. And he does everything to pour into his game. And then he does everything to pour into everybody else on the team. He's just, I don't know. You can see me, man. I'm just beaming here when I talk about him. I don't know what else to say about the guy other than it sounds like we got another chance with him next year too, because he'll have that red shirt in, and it sounds like he's going to take advantage of that. So, I'm kind of putting the league in the region on notice. I mean, you won't have the grandpa around here. Yeah, you won't be done with him this year. So, and we're certainly excited to say that.
I want to talk today about Crown and about the postseason play a little bit. I know that this is something that you guys have excelled in over the years, is having really good success in the postseason, especially the last few years. But postseason soccer is kind of a different animal, because especially when you're playing a team like Crown, who've seen twice already, they played you tough here the second time, played them tough down there too. They're a squad that scouts you probably quite a bit. I mean, you guys know each other really well. It's not about necessarily at this time of the year, not knowing what the opponent has for you and what you're going to go up against as far as film study and stuff. It's more about kind of like, it seems like those little adjustments. I just want to get your perspective on what the differences is between playing a team like this in the regular season and playing them again in the postseason.
Well, Matt, I mean, I'll start off by saying, if there's somebody in our conference right now that's going to put a game plan together to disrupt what we do, I can fully trust Alex to do that. Terrific coach, younger coach, but like terrific. And, I think, it's been really kind of cool at Crown to see sort of the trajectory of coaches. And I think just a lot of probably, and I'm guessing here, but I would assume a lot of their influence. And so it's guys like all the way back to Luke Herbert, Tomas, and then obviously John Forsyth, his immediate predecessor. And you can see just how seasoned Alex is already as a coach. I have to, like I said, I have to assume that there's some influence there from some really good coaches just in recent history at that school and in that program. And so, like I said, if there's anybody that's going to put a disruptive game plan together, it's Alex. And I really think we've seen that both times now that we've played them. And even the game up here a couple weeks ago, obviously they were missing a couple players, a couple of their starters that, even in the midst of kind of, missing some big pieces for them, they were really problematic for us. I mean, it was 1-0 for a while, then it went 1-1. And, I think we all felt like that game was one that could have finished 1-1 had we not found ways to make our own adjustments and get on the score sheet late in the game. And luckily enough to do it twice then at that point and get out 3-1. But it didn't have the feel of a 3-1 game. And so, again, I just think that this one is one that, we certainly ourselves are not coming to this game underprepared. We have not overlooked the opponent by any stretch because we know the level and ability within the players. And again, just I know they will have a game plan for us and be willing to execute it. The other thing, Matt, is just there's a ton of seniors in that group as well. So there's a lot of leadership, there's a lot of experience in guys that have played in multiple tournament games, throughout their careers. So they come in with a handful of experience, and I think could be dangerous in that way.
All right, Coach. Well, I know it's game day, so you got a lot on your plate right now. You're kind of running around trying to get ready for tonight, so I'll let you go. But say thanks for joining me for the interview, and we'll talk again real soon.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Stay warm up there.
I'll do my best, Coach. Thanks. That was Yellow Jacket head coach Joe Mooney. I'll be right back with more Yellow Jacket men's soccer right after this on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium where the two teams have been introduced. National anthem has been played, and we're just about ready to get this UMAC Conference semifinal matchup between the Yellow Jackets and Crown underway here. Clear skies. There's a very, very bright moon to our left. No precipitation in the forecast for tonight. Temperatures, as I mentioned, 45 to 50 degrees at opening kick with a brisk wind. It looks like it is blowing from right to left here from my vantage point here in the press box at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. A couple of series notes before we jump into this one and get our opening kick sponsored by Barker's Island Inn. UWS is 25-2-2 all-time against Crown, dating back to their first ever matchup on October 17th of 1998. Currently, the Yellow Jackets are on a 21-game winning streak in the series that dates all the way back to the 2008 season. And the Yellow Jackets are 21-0-2 against the Polars since September 1st of 2005. The Yellow Jackets took both matchups with Crown this season, edging the Polars in the two teams' first matchup on September 20th at Old National Bank Stadium in St. Bonifacius, 1-0 before downing Crown 3-1 their second matchup on October 18th here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. With those victories, the Yellow Jackets now have not lost to the Polars since dropping a 3-0 decision way back on October 25th of 2004. So it has been a long time since the Yellow Jackets have tasted defeat against the Polars. Yellow Jackets in their home white jerseys going from left to right in this opening 45 minutes, so they'll be going into the win, while Crown and their traveling blacks will be going from right to left. Opening kick sponsored by Barker's Island Inn is taken by the Polars, and we are underway in this UMAC Conference semifinal matchup. Thank you for joining us here both on 91.3 FM and also on Yellow Jacket TV. Matt Johnson alongside my production teams from both media outlets. As we are underway in this one, Yellow Jackets taking possession with Jacob Wiles. Now he'll play to the far side for Rowan Wagner for UWS. Now up on the far side, it is Harvey McLaughlin taking a step inside. Crown playing 11 behind the ball here to start. As Isaac Beckett will go to the right side now with it. And it'll come over for Ben Lyman, who's stepping into the starting lineup here tonight. Now it's Joel Thomas on the right foot. And the Jackets, like I said, going to be probably pretty patient in the build-up here. I would expect that Crown will probably stay in and try to keep their shape defensively. Probably try to play a lot of counterattack soccer here tonight. As on the outside now, here's McLaughlin. Harvey McLaughlin now up the middle. It's Orlando Fertelman for the Yellow Jackets trying to trigger it to the near side. It's headed away now, edge of the 18. It's picked up by Joel Thomas. Thomas for the Yellow Jackets. Now we'll play it back. Here's Orlando Fertelman. And UWS now will reset. Here's Lyman. Kyle Massingham getting a start tonight for the Jackets. Couple players out for UWS in this one, by the way. And it's the ball to the far side. Now here's McLaughlin. Harvey McLaughlin playing a ball in the middle. Here's Seth Davidson. He tips it off the post. As the ball came into the 6, and the follow-up was just cleared away from Thomas, who was coming weak side. Nice ball in from McLaughlin. Seth Davidson, the freshman, getting the start. The Yellow Jackets leading goal scorer with 12 and also 8 assists to go along with his 12 goals in his rookie year. Hit the far post with his half volley attempt, and then Thomas nearly put the Yellow Jackets ahead just over a minute into this one, and it'll result in the first corner kick of the matchup as Kyle Massingham from the near side corner flag lines it up. Bends the ball through the middle, rising up and heading it over the top of the bar. This time it's going to be Ben Lyman. And it'll be a goal kick now for Leo Roque, the 6'2 senior goalkeeper from Cancun, Mexico, while Patrick Sessions getting the start in goal for UWS here tonight in this semifinal matchup. For Sessions, it's appearance number 15 on the season. He's given up 14 goals. Has a goals against average of 1.22. Has made 36 saves. His record of 9-5. His save percentage at .720. Meanwhile, Roque for Crown. This is his 19th appearance of the season, getting up 34 goals. Goals against average of 1.97. He's made 88 saves, a save percentage of .721, and a record of 5-10, and 2. As now the Polars have a throw in their own end of the field. Now here's a ball up the middle. This is Pedro Silveira, and the Polars will switch it to the far side of the field. Ball coming up the middle now gets intercepted by Rowan Wagner for UWS, but then his feed ahead for Fertelman is picked off by the Polars. Now Fertelman sticking with it, creates the turnover, and he'll square it into space now for Thomas. Joel Thomas now advancing up the right side, crossing a ball into the 18. Volleyed away with the left foot. Now ball up the middle. And the Polars now will reset in their own territory. Left-footed ball now over the top. Brought down now by Wagner. Rowan Wagner for UWS. Playing it for Jake Kidd. Seth Davidson now to the far side of the field. Switching the field here for Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin now on the edge of the Crown 18. Takes it wide. Comes in with the left foot. Crosses across the face of goal. Just misses Davidson. Now up the middle. Here's a shot attempt by Beckett. And that one will ride high and over the top of everything. And it'll be a goal kick here for Leo Roque. Jackets looking for their 15th win of the season. As I mentioned, during the regular season, they won their 8th straight UMAC regular season crown. Looking for their 9th straight UMAC tournament crown. And to make it back to the NCAA tournament for the 8th straight year as well. So some streaks on the line here for the Jackets in this postseason tournament. As now here's Ben Lyman off the goal kick, picking it up near midfield. Jacob Wiles for UWS. And now it's Isaac Beckett back for Lyman. Joel Thomas. And it's now Isaac Beckett. Beckett will leave it now for Thomas. And the Jackets, like I said, being very patient here. Again, Crown playing all 11 behind the ball here at the start. Expect a lot of that tonight as the ball now switches to the far side for Wagner. Coming forward now, here's McLaughlin on the right foot. Harvey McLaughlin. Kyle Massingham. Massingham now will try to switch it near side, under hit it, but then a heavy touch gives it right back to Massingham. The Jackets will reset. Lyman. Jacob Wiles. Up the middle now, here's Seth Davidson. And Davidson hits the deck. We play on. Massingham now hitting it over the top to the far side for Rowan Wagner. Wagner for UWS. Clipping it now for Joel Thomas. Backside, well-weighted ball, edge of the 18. In toward the 6, and this one will be cleared away. He was looking for Davidson. And it'll be cleared over the end line now by Alan Montano. It'll be another corner kick. Number 2 of the matchup here for the Yellow Jackets. Massingham will take it. Near side corner flag. Kyle Massingham in his sophomore campaign will play it short. Orlando Fertelman now. Changing the angle, crosses it back post. Rising up, here's a header, and it's just tipped over the net. Ball's there, and they score! It's going to be Seth Davidson on the goal. I'm not sure who got their head to it at the back post. It actually went off the top of the bar. I thought it was going to make its way over the top of the net. That's why I said what I said, and then it fell straight down for Davidson. The tap in for the freshman from Sartell, Minnesota. That goal coming at 5 minutes and 32 seconds. And it is 1-0 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball is played in by Fertelman. He'll get 1 assist. And I'm going to check with Yellow Jacket TV and see if they saw who got the other assist. Bradley, did you see who got the assist on that? Okay, he's looking. He'll get back to me. In the meantime, it is Davidson's goal. His 13th of the season, and the Jackets lead at 1-0. Now Beckett on the right foot, coming forward. And this ball to the outside, looking for Joel Thomas. Is out of play off of Crown. It'll be a throw now for UWS. Lyman will take the throw, gives it in now. Here's Joel Thomas. He'll play it all the way back. That's who I'm more worried about, is who got the assist. I know Davidson got the goal. Anyway, we're working on it, folks. We'll get that second assist when we get the opportunity. Fertelman played it in with the right foot. Somebody else got an assist on that, but like I said, we'll get it to you when we have a moment. In the meantime, it's Jacob Wiles for UWS now in Crown territory. Taking a long shot that comes in on goal, and Roque will grab it. Shot from about 40, 45 yards out, and Roque will hold on. Kind of hard to tell from our angle here. Might have been Wagner getting his head to it. He's pretty good in the air, I'm guessing. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Rowan Wagner gets the other assist, so it is officially Davidson from Fertelman and Wagner. And now a foul called. So there's the announcement on the goal. And now a free kick for the Jackets. McLaughlin standing over this one, about 25 yards away from Roque's goal to our right. Clipped in now by McLaughlin. Back post coming in. Here's a shot. Originally saved by Roque and then followed up and poked in the back of the net by Davidson. And the Yellow Jackets up by the score of 2-0. That goal coming at 7:34. Assist on that one to Wagner and McLaughlin. And UWS wasting no time taking command of this one. $14 goals now for Seth Davidson in his rookie campaign, and the Yellow Jackets, like I said, up now by a pair. And we're not even 10 minutes into this opening half as of yet. So UWS already putting themselves, after landing a couple of haymakers, in the lead on this one. Now here's a ball up the near side. Jordan Gallo for Crown trying to come forward, and now here's a ball out of play. It'll be a throw now for the Polars. And UWS. So it's 2-0 Yellow Jackets in the lead. We had an offside against Crown, meanwhile, in the meantime. And now here is Joel Thomas being taken down from behind by Gallo. And it'll be a free kick now for the Yellow Jackets, taken quickly now by UWS. And Jacob Wiles will switch to the field far side for Wagner. Left outside back for the Jackets, has 2 assists already. The name of McFarland, Wisconsin. Now here's a ball over the top looking for Davidson. It hits him right in the middle of the chest. He gets a shot away with the left foot, and that time he left it over the top. Another pretty ball coming in from McLaughlin on the far side. And already on hat trick watch is Seth Davidson, the freshman from Sartell. 14 goals, now 8 assists for Seth Davidson in his rookie campaign, as off the goal kick now it comes near side. And now this one will go out of play as the Polars played up the near side off the right foot of Joel Thomas. It'll be a throw here coming up now for the Polars. Jackets out to a 2-0 lead. We'll see how Crown responds to this. Now here's Pedro Silvera. Polars will switch it to the far side of the field. Mason Graven there for Crown. Now they play it in the Yellow Jacket territory. Jared Hernandez leaving it back, and now the Jackets dispossessing them, but they're going to be called for the foul. And it'll be a free kick now. As we're about to reach the 10-minute mark here, Jackets are with a pair in the back of the net, both from courtesy of the freshman Seth Davidson. Numbers 13 and 14 for him at 5:32 and 7:34. Orlando Fertelman and Rowan Wagner the assist on the first one. Rowan Wagner and Harvey McLaughlin the assist on the second one. That's where we stand as a free kick now for the Polars. Jackets going to hold the line top of their 18. And here's the free kick now coming in toward the Yellow Jacket 18. Played back now into Crown territory. Measured there and played back now by Marcus Benegas for Roque. Ball headed back now by Davidson for the Yellow Jackets. Pass now to the right side. And now a switching ball toward the near side, intercepted by Lyman. Kyle Massingham for UWS will switch the field again, this time for Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin for UWS. Playing it near side now, Ben Lyman. Now Jacob Wiles. Orlando Fertelman leaving it for Wiles. Wiles now. McLaughlin hitting over the top. Joel Thomas, edge of the 18, will take a shot with the left foot. Roque came off of his line. A little bit haphazardly there. It looked like teammate Marcus Benegas had the angle cut down there, and Thomas decided to take a shot toward the net, and Roque not sure where he was. Played it out for a Yellow Jacket corner kick. Near side, third one already for the Jackets. It will be taken by Massingham. Kyle Massingham toward the 6. Ball bounces through everybody to the opposite side now and through the 18. Picking it up for UWS was Jake Kidd. Now he'll leave it back. Now a ball over the top, and Roque will grab that one on a hop. Okay, now putting it on the deck, and now he'll play it short. Jackets with a bit of a high press here to start this one as the ball comes near side. Put a ball toward the middle of the pitch. Jackets will pick it off. Here's Thomas leading it back now for Wiles. And now it's Rowan Wagner. Wagner for UWS for Ben Lyman. Lyman now will trigger it. Thomas. Fertelman. And the Jackets now will go to the far side. Here's Wagner. Wagner outside now for Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin now with 12 assists to lead the Yellow Jackets this season on the right foot. He'll play it now through the middle. To the opposite side now for Thomas. Joel Thomas for the Yellow Jackets. On his right foot will now take it wide. Now he crosses in with the right foot toward the 6. That one will be cleared away off the right foot of Crown's Alan Montano. And now the Polars trying to break back, but the Jackets, with McLaughlin able to take it off of his foot, and the Yellow Jackets now will go all the way back for Sessions, who has yet to really see the ball as of yet tonight, and we're nearly a quarter of an hour into this one. Sessions for the Jackets, now to the outside. Here's Wagner. Cal Massingham will play it on. Here's Harvey McLaughlin. And now Orlando Fertelman. Fertelman now clipping it. Opposite wing now, here's Joel Thomas. And Thomas will play it off the defense. That being Alan Montano will be a throw now coming up, and Thomas is down. Might have taken a knee, I'm not quite sure. Clock will stop, 31:25 remaining. In the opening half, it's been all Yellow Jackets so far, 2 goals. The first 7:34 has UWS up by a pair. Jackets, as I mentioned, looking to go back to the NCAA tournament for what would be the 8th straight time. As Thomas now sitting up, might have turned an ankle, maybe came down funny, might have a cramp, I'm not quite sure. Looked pretty innocuous when the ball came over to this side, but then again, I'm not down on the field, so it's hard to tell. And now Thomas is up and looks like he's going to be all right here. It'll be a throw for the Yellow Jackets. Jackets already have 10 shots in this game. And 4 shots on target as the throw comes in now from Lyman. This one headed out off the Polars, and a corner kick now for the Jackets. Massingham. Near side flag will take this one. UWS bunching near the top of the 18. Crown man marking and also zonal marking now near the 6. Massingham. Playing it into the 6. Now volleying. Here's a shot that comes in on target. Roque with the save. Ball still in the 6. And now Roque is down. There's also a Yellow Jacket down in the 6. Fertelman will continue on, and now we'll have the stoppage because it's a goalkeeper who is down. There's also a Yellow Jacket down in there, and can't see who it is for UWS. It's McLaughlin that might have taken a knock. He's back to his feet now. Roque is still sitting in the 6. Polars weren't able to get a definitive cross, or a clear, I should say, off of that corner kick. Shot came in from about the 6-yard area. Thomas was there for the Jackets, also was Wagner. Wiles was also in there for UWS. Hard to see, like I said, who got the initial shot. Roque went down, so did McLaughlin, and now we'll have a drop ball, I think, for the Jackets near side. With 30:41 remaining, half number 1. And offset drop ball. It comes back now, and here's Wiles. He'll send it to the far side, opposite field. Switching the field, in fact, for Rowan Wagner now on the right side. And he'll be tackled out, and we'll have a throw now coming up. Harvey McLaughlin will take it right in front of the Crown bench. Now Fertelman off the throw. Ben Lyman. Joel Thomas. All the way back to the midfield stripe for Jacob Wiles. Wiles will switch it again, and this time he left it behind the intended recipient, Harvey McLaughlin. It'll be a throw now for the Polars. By the way, fans, can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets. Tune into Eye of the Swarm on the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and me throughout the years. We sit down with the Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. Latest one actually dropped yesterday, episode number 107. Evelyn Parsons, the new Yellow Jacket women's basketball coach, was our guest. So check that one out. Pleasant conversation with the newcomer and the new coach, part of the Yellow Jacket Athletics coaching family now, as this pass from Jacob Wiles over the top looking for Joel Thomas near side. That one will be cleared away by Jordan Gallo here for Crown, and will be a throw now for the Yellow Jackets taken by Fertelman. Now Lyman bending a ball into the 6, and that'll be easy for Roque as he just stood pat right in the middle of his box and will grab that one. Jackets with a high press. Now Crown trying to pass their way through it. Ball up the middle. Now here's Beckett. The shield off the attempt of Mason Graven, and now he'll go all the way back for Jacob Wiles. Nearly 17 minutes elapsed. Jackets have had virtually all of the possession so far. 11 shots already for UWS. 5 of them on target, 2 of them in the back of the net, and the Jackets lead it by a pair at 2-0. Now Kyle Massingham, Seth Davidson will lay it back. Now Fertelman playing a ball near side. Joel Thomas, edge of the 18, crossing into the 6. Comes all the way through, backside. Now here's McLaughlin. Gets around a Crown defender on the end line. Comes all the way through, tried to force it to the 6, and flag goes up. And it's going to be a corner kick now far side. Jackets piling up the corners already. This is their 5th of the match thus far. UWS going to bring numbers forward. Wagner, Lyman, and Wiles all into the 18 for Crown. McLaughlin's going to take the corner kick far side flag. In swinging on the right side. Jackets going to bunch at the back of the 6. Crown going to man mark back there. As McLaughlin leaves it short in the 6. It's cleared away by the Polars, and then Fertelman will take control of it. Thomas now playing it to the outside. Here's McLaughlin on the right foot. Now Rowan Wagner playing it. Ben Lyman. Massingham. And Jacob Wiles now picking it up on the right foot. Massingham now turning on the right foot. Switching the field now for Thomas. Joel Thomas, right wing. Support ball back now for Lyman. Fertelman. Back for Wiles. Wiles now. Jake Kidd will lay it back now. Here's Fertelman. Orlando Fertelman's ball now. Finds Thomas. Into the 18, crosses it in. It's cleared away. Still in and out of play now. It'll be a throw deep in the Crown territory. In fact, in the corner. The toss is taken by Thomas. Lyman now leaving it for Joel Thomas. Thomas for the Yellow Jackets. Plays it back now. Wiles. Wagner. And now he'll trigger it again for Ben Lyman. Lyman now picks out Joel Thomas, who gets upended on the slide tackle by Marcus Benegas. He stays down. Second time we've seen Thomas go down in this half. And we're going to have a stoppage of the clock again here with 25:54 remaining, half number 1. Reminder, we'll have our halftime programming here in about 25 minutes and 54 seconds, so stick around for that. As always, our halftime programming tonight, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll have our first half summary, a look at the first half stats of this one. We'll also catch you up on all the goings-on with Yellow Jacket Athletics, as we are fully into crossover season now. Yellow Jacket men playing here tonight in the UMAC Tournament Semifinal round. The women on the road taking on Bethany Lutheran. Volleyball also closing out the regular season this weekend. Men's and women's basketball starting up their campaigns this weekend. And men's and women's hockey played last weekend. We'll catch you up on all that at halftime, as well as the Yellow Jacket men's cross country team winning their latest UMAC conference title. Nearly a perfect score, in fact. And Thomas is down now, like I said, second time he's been down here in the half. Quick look at the numbers here so far. Jackets with 12 shot attempts, 5 of them on target. Also 5 corner kicks for the Jackets thus far. Jackets without the services of Freddie Watson tonight. He turned an ankle against Martin Luther, and like I said, not playing tonight. Now Thomas is back up to his feet here and walking rather gingerly now to our right. Not limping at all, and he's actually hopping around now over there, so and checking what's going on at the other semifinal. Looks like the Yellow Jacket women are ahead. 2-0, okay. So UWS with a pair of 2-goal leads. One here on the men's side and this one, and the women leading Bethany Lutheran 2-0 in the first half. Which should be almost over, I think, that first half over in Bethany at this point. They started about a half hour before we did. And looks like the Jackets are going to make a substitution. Elijah Altman's going to come in. He'll take out Joel Thomas. And we'll have a drop ball now for the Polars near side. As the ball is dropped, and here's Montano now playing it forward as we get back to live action here. Ball on the far side now. Here is Fertelman. I'm going to call him maybe for a handball here, I'm guessing. Tried to get it to Isaac Beckett, but the whistle was blown. Jacket's going to make another substitution. It's going to be Bryce Bolt. That's going to come in at the next opportunity here for UWS. As the Polars trigger it now, Diego Mercado to the near side from Marcus Benegas. Playing it back now, Montano. Montano now leaving it short. Keeping it in was Benegas. Now here's the ball forward. Go all the way back now into the 18 for Roque. He'll give it a ride back toward midfield. Rowan Wagner bringing it down for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Massingham. And now switching it, here's Jacob Wiles. Massingham now near side. Altman stepping inside, going with the left foot, trying to play it through here for Seth Davidson. That one intercepted by Montano, and now Crown trying to counter back. Jared Hernandez on the far wing. Taking it in deep. Now Wiles coming over. Attempted cross comes in. This is the first time Crown's been in this deep, and it'll be a goal kick. Long rung up that wing by the Polars. Goes for naught. That was Jose Lovera, by the way, who made that long run. Tried to cross it into the 6. Out for a Yellow Jacket goal kick as Bolt comes in. He'll take out Jake Kidd. And the goal kick now for Patrick Sessions, who, like I said, we're nearly halfway through this opening 45 minutes and has not had to make a save as of yet. He'll line this one up now from the 6 in his own territory and give it a ride. Now Rowan Wagner on the far side. Fertelman now turning. Here's Ben Lyman. To the outside now, Rowan Wagner. Wagner. Davidson now has space. Now tried to play it through. Looking for McLaughlin. Now Beckett for the Yellow Jackets. He gets clipped from behind. Ball comes to the near side. We play on. Now Massingham trying to chip it up here for Bolt. He goes down, and we're going to have a free kick this time on the edge of the 18. As Beckett trying to walk that one off after he got clipped. Free kick for the Yellow Jackets about 20 or 25 yards away from Leo Roque's goal to our right. Quite a few stoppages so far. 23:08 left in the half. deciding that the yellow card is going to go to Jared Hernandez? Is that who we're thinking this is? Okay. So yellow card has been awarded. Crown's been close a couple of times. This is the first official card that we've had on the night. Massingham standing over it. Wiles also there, looking like he's basically being the caddy here, trying to line this one up for Massingham. Massingham now gets into one. Tried to go up and over the wall with the shot. It rides high over the crossbar, and it'll go out of play, and we'll have a goal kick here coming up. That's shot number 13 for the Yellow Jackets already, and we've not even reached the halfway point of this opening 45 minutes. Goal kick here taken now by the Polars, far side of the field, and this one will go out of play. And it'll be a throw here coming up now for Crown. Jackets with a long winning streak against the Polars. Dates all the way back to 2005. Haven't lost to Crown since 2004. As the throw comes in, now here's Wiles skying one. Bolt trying to bring the ball down for UWS. Now Massingham. Montano is there. And he took a shoulder right at Kyle Massingham, and it'll be a free kick here for UWS. McLaughlin standing over this one, as we're now more than halfway through this opening 45 minutes. McLaughlin looks like he's going to take this free kick. Crown going to hold the line top of the 18. They have a three-man wall in front of Roque. McLaughlin will chip it over the top. Here's the header now by Wiles, and he scores! Beautiful play by the Yellow Jackets there. Couldn't ask for much better on that one. That was textbook by the Yellow Jackets on that free kick. Wiles on the goal, the assist to McLaughlin. For Wiles, it's goal number 3, and the Yellow Jackets lead it 3-0. That was a thing of beauty right there. 23-21 the time on that one. And the Jackets with a 3 spot here in the opening half. Like I said, that was a pretty play there by the Yellow Jackets. Perfect amount of spin put on it by McLaughlin over the top, and Wiles heading over the top of Roque into the back of the net. Wiles making the late run. He just turned around. Ball was played over the top, like I said. Perfect place, and Wiles using that 6'3" frame, able to head it over the top of Roque in the back of the net. And like I said, it's now 3-0. Altman now for the Yellow Jackets stepping through. Now he goes down. We play on, except now we don't. As the whistle blows, and we'll have a foul called now about 25 yards away from goal. Same situation here as a moment ago. Another free kick here for McLaughlin. 3-man wall here for Crown. Jackets benching top of the 18. McLaughlin lofting this one back post. Coming through now is Bolt, and he'll head this one over the top. And out of play. It'll be a goal kick now for Roque and the Polars, with the Jackets taking complete command of this one now. Shots 14-0, including 6 on goal already for UWS. They lead it by the score of 3-0. Probably could have had even a little bit more if Roque had made a couple of nice saves here in the so far in this half, as this ball now comes toward midfield. There's Lyman for the Jackets. Wager now will play it up the middle. Taylor Moore is in for UWS. And the transfer for Division II Montana State Billings plays it back now for Ben Lyman. Massingham. Ben Lyman. Alfie Hudd also in for the Jackets, and he's got it at his feet right now. Switches the field now for Wagner. Ball for Moore. Cleared away from him. Now Fertelman will take possession. Now here's Hud for the Jackets. Squaring it now. Massingham going to the opposite side of the field with that ball. Skipped through everybody. Often in the corner and crown territory, and now the Polars trying to break back. Fertelman now, though, taking possession for the Jackets. Now Massingham. Bryce Bolt. Bolt, who has 6 goals on the season, turning on the right foot. Now he'll lay it back. McLaughlin now for the Jackets. He'll switch it near side. Here's Ben Lyman. Lyman now continuing it on Elijah Altman. Altman now crossing into the 6. Roque, not sure he got a good look at that one. Brought it down to the ground and then smothered it before Bolt could get there. Surprised he didn't just catch that ball. But in the meantime now, here's the restart far side of the field now by the Polars, or attempting to come up that side of the field anyway, and the Jackets able to turn it back. Here's Lyman. Ben Lyman. Jacob Wiles to the far side of the field now. The Jackets been switching it back and forth throughout this half. Crown content to play everybody behind the ball. Strategy hasn't worked so far. Jackets already with 3 goals. As Alfie Hud will play it back, here's Wiles. Handling it now over the top. Altman timing his run well, edge of the 18. Tried to cross it first time in toward the 6. And Bolt gets brought down from behind by Montano. No call there. We play on. It'll be a corner kick for the Jackets near side. Looks like Massingham will be the one to take it. Cal Massingham lining it up for the Jackets. 17:25 remaining until halftime. Massingham bending ball toward the 6. Wiles trying to get there, pops it up in the air. Roque goes up, and he'll grab it. Not cleanly, though. He's been having a hard time grabbing the ball today. Also back now for Montano as they switch it now for Benegas. Jackets putting pressure on. Silvera going back. Now Benegas again, right side, and passing it for Gallo. Crown so far has had barely any opportunity to even get out of their own end of the field here. Jackets have severely tilted it through the first nearly half hour of this one. Toss from Lyman now comes in for Wiles, and the Jackets will switch it now. Rowan Wagner. Now McLaughlin, who has a pair of assists on the night. Harvey McLaughlin. Now Hud will switch it near side. Lyman picking Orlando Fertelman. Fertelman now leaving it for McLaughlin. Got stood up as he tried to turn. And now Montano gets dispossessed. Hud will take it for UWS. The Jackets will just play it back and forth here. Alfie Hud. Switching the field again here for Wagner. So far it's been a passing clinic here for UWS in this first half. Hud now laying it over the top. Fertelman. Now we'll leave it. Edge of the 18, it's Bolt. And he gets run over from behind by Montano. And it'll be a free kick now for the Yellow Jackets. Another one. 25 yards away from goal. Had a lot of free kicks so far here from this spot. And it's opening half of play. And Jackets have another one here. McLaughlin, who had an assist to Jacob Wiles from this spot. 7 or 8 minutes ago. We'll stand over this one. Jackets getting ready to make a couple substitutions as well. Looks like the Polars are going to bring in 2 new players at the next opportunity as well, as McLaughlin will take the free kick. Bends it back post. Going through now is Bolt. Ball hasn't gone out of play yet. And now Wagner and getting tangled up over on that far side. And we're going to have a foul called on Rowan Wagner. Got in the back of Jose Lovera, and it'll be a free kick now. And it looks like a yellow card is going to be given here to Bryce Bolt as he flipped the ball over the top. of Lavera on that far side. Bryce Bolt. The rare yellow card for Bryce Bolt. He doesn't get many of them. Heard Coach Joe Mooney talk about his resiliency in our pregame interview tonight. He's a guy that's had his fair share of knocks since he's been a Yellow Jacket, the native of Wapaka, Wisconsin. But he certainly is a favorite amongst the Yellow Jacket players and gets a yellow card there for his trouble. In the meantime, off the restart, Crown now will send it in the Yellow Jacket territory. Headed on by Noah Fennis. Jackets will go all the way back now for Sessions, who got under that one a bit. Altman coming back will play it for Ben Lyman. Alfie Hudd now coming through the middle. Will trigger it now near side. Jackets turning it over. And the Polars giving it right back. Here's Fertelman. Hudd now will come in for the Jackets. Now for Kyle Massingham. And back now for Ben Lyman. Stick around for halftime, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll have our first half summary. A look at the first half stats. We'll also catch you up on all the goings on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. All that coming up. Less than 14 minutes from now. At halftime. UWS up by 3. As the Jackets trigger to the far side now, here's McLaughlin. Harvey McLaughlin. On the right foot. Turning now. Playing it off. Here's Fertelman. Orlando Fertelman now. Switching it. Ben Lyman. And Lyman now will lay it off here for Alfie Hudd. Rowan Wagner. Hudd. Now Lyman. Elijah Altman. Now he gets brought down by Gallo, and that'll be a foul right near the box. Crown committing a lot of fouls near their 18, and that's going to be a yellow card now for Jordan Gallo. That's the third yellow card here this half. 12:54 remaining. Jackets up by 3, and they'll have a chance to add to it here. With a free kick outside the 18, Massingham standing over it. Combined 7 subs between the two teams going to come in here at the next opportunity. And now Joe Mooney's going to get a yellow card. At least I think it's Mooney. It's hard to tell from over here. That'll be a free kick here for the Yellow Jackets either way. Edge of the 18 here. And we await the go-ahead here. Massingham standing over it. Whistle goes. Massingham bending it. Backside. Bolt with the attempted volley. Now it's Lyman in the middle of the 18. Playing it back. Shot attempt by Moore. That deflects out now for McLaughlin. And now he'll play it back. Dangerous ball, but well done there by Alfie Hudd to keep the play alive. And now McLaughlin. Elijah Altman now. Altman now coming up the middle, try to get a shot away. That one deflects. Now it's Bolt. Taken off his foot. Still near the end line. It's picked up now by Massingham. Now Alfie Hudd. Hudd now will play it all the way back. Ben Lyman, and they'll switch it now for Rowan Wagner on the far side. Wagner. Getting it over the top. Altman. Galloway to get his foot to it. Now Massingham back for Hudd. Jack is just kind of taking the air out of the ball here as we tick down toward the last 10 minutes of half number 1. Hudd playing it back now. Here's Wiles. Lyman. Wiles. Rowan Wagner now. Wagner playing it short. Hud now coming. Switches it now for Massingham. Crown again with all 11 behind the ball. It's been the running theme here this opening 45 minutes. Hud into the 18. That's flicked up into the air. Not cleared real well, however, and the Jackets still maintaining possession in Crown territory with Altman. Now Fertelman. They'll switch it for Wagner. Harvey McLaughlin. Well played ball, edge of the 18. Altman first time into the 6. Montano can't find it. Now coming in is Massingham. Kyle Massingham on the left foot. Going back post, looking for Taylor Moore. Against Lovera on the outside. Comes outside the 18 now, does Moore. Surrounded by Crown players. Now for Fertelman. And Fertelman gets a volley away with the right foot, and that one will go wide. And that will finally allow for the substitutions. Said a total of 7. 4 for the Jackets, 3 for the Polars here. Jordan Altman, Melvin Anderson checking in for the first time. It's like Valentin Soares is in for UWS. Jimmy Jamison also in for the Yellow Jackets. Tion Dion, meanwhile, in for the first time here for Crown as this ball now comes off the goal kick toward midfield. Alfie Hud coming back for the Yellow Jackets. Crown also making a couple more substitutions. And for the first time, Isaac Schultz. Now it's Rowan Wagner. Playing it back now. Lyman will go for Sessions, who's come to the top of his own 18. 9 minutes, 22 seconds remaining, half number 1. It's been all Jackets so far. Goals from Seth Davidson at 5:32, his 13th. Then at Davidson again at 7:34, his 14th. And Jacob Wiles, his 3rd at 23:21. And that's where we stand, 3-0 here as we tick down toward the last minutes of half number 1. Alfie Hud for the Jackets now. We'll switch it near side. Here's Ben Lyman. Lyman now. Elijah Altman on the right foot will leave it for Jimmy Jamison, who will now go back for Ben Lyman. Now Jamison will leave it short. Lyman. Elijah Altman now with his brother Jordan making the run with him. Now picked up edge of the 18. Jimmy Jamison trying to dance his way through several sets of Crown feet. Now Lyman for the Jackets coming forward. He'll take down Dion. Play goes on. Our center referee deems it clean. Now Hud. Wiles now hitting it over the top. Elijah Altman on the backside. He'll bring it down now on the right foot. Now Jamison. Yellow Jackets content, like I said, just to knock the ball around here at the moment. Leading it by 3 goals. Here's Wagner. And his ball into the 18 now will roll toward the end line. Roque off of his line to his right. Collects it, and now they send it to the near side. Carlos Neto in for the first time as well for Crown. Montano now will go all the way back for Roque. And a ball to the far side now. Now the Polars with Lovera on the far side trying to make his way toward the mid-stripe. Taken off his foot, no more. Continuing it on now, Soares. Valentin Soares for the Yellow Jackets. Coming in, losing his footing. Now a turnover, though, as Jamison takes it near the 18. Jamison trying to weave his way toward goal. Had it taken off of his foot, and Crown able It just cleared across midfield, where it will be picked up now by Rowan Wagner. Six minutes, 30 seconds remaining. As the ball goes to the outside. Here's Soares now. Head of steam coming forward, has it taken off of his foot. Soares for the Yellow Jackets. Now Melvin Anderson trying to step up. Benega's able to beat him to the ball. Now Wagner with an interception. Jackets just have Crown completely bottled up here in this first half. Hud now to the near side. Here's Ben Lyman. Lyman now for the Yellow Jackets. Jacob Wiles will switch the field again here. Back line for the Jackets has done a lot of switching on the field here. Hud. Jamison. Hud. Back for Wagner. Wagner coming forward now, playing at an angle toward the 18. Looking for Anderson. That was taken off of his foot. Now it's Ben Lyman. Jamison this time gets stripped of the ball. Dion coming forward. Near side it's Schultz. Dispossessed now by Elijah Altman. Neto now for Crown. Taking a return pass now from Dion. That's going to come up the middle. Sessions off of his line will clear it away. Picked up by Montano near midfield. And with 4:45 remaining in the half now, Crown, this is the first time they've had any sustained possession really in this entire half. Here's Montano. Playing it now, here's Neto. Going to force it through. Ben Lyman and Montano coming in and taking him down. And he's had a few of those that have been pretty rough. And we're going to have a stoppage of the clock here with 4:17 remaining. Opening 45 minutes with our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated coming up. Here within the next 5 minutes, you would think, barring any stoppages or injuries. Reminder, if the Yellow Jackets win, they'll be right back here on Saturday. They'll take on the winner of the Bethany Lutheran Northwestern semifinal. That's being played down in Mankato, Minnesota. That game slated to start at 7 p.m. tonight. Meanwhile, our next radio sports broadcast, meanwhile on 91.3 FM anyway, will come up this coming Friday. Men's hockey taking on Gustavus Adolphus. With a 7 p.m. opening face-off, 6:30 the pregame with John Garver on 91.3 FM. That'll be, of course, a radio broadcast only as the Jackets are on the road. Meanwhile, our next Yellow Jacket TV broadcast will be the women's volleyball team against Minnesota Morris this coming Friday. That'll be a 7 p.m. opening serve. I'll be on with the pregame at 6:45 that night. So that's what's coming up in terms of broadcasting here for the next few days. In the meantime, we have the restart now after Lyman is back up. Taylor Moore for UWS will play it all the way back, and here's Wagner. Moore now looking for Melvin Anderson. Anderson picking it up now, dancing through some traffic. Anderson now will switch it for Elijah Altman, edge of the 18. Heavy touch, Montano. Taken by Jordan Altman after he turns it over. Now here is Alfie Hud. To the outside for Soares. Soares continuing it on. Alfie Hud on the left foot. Try to get a crossaway. That deflects out, and it'll be a corner kick here for UWS. 2 minutes, 58 seconds remaining, opening half. UWS going to bring in a couple more substitutes here. It's like Callum Greenan is in for the first time for the Jackets, as is Eli Benson. Corner kick now. This one will be taken by Hud. Bending ball back post. Cleared up the middle. And now Montano. And now he'll be taken down by Jordan Altman. As we approach the 2 minute mark remaining, half number one. UWS on the strength of 2 goals from Seth Davidson and an additional marker from Jacob Wiles leads it by the score of 3-0. In this UMAC tournament semifinal contest here on this Wednesday night in Superior. Roque standing over it. He'll take the free kick here for the Polars, who are going to send everybody forward. Sends it short. Montano got his head to it. Taken by UWS. Here's Taylor Moore. Outside now, Callum Greenan. And Greenan will play it all the way back now for Ben Lyman. Lyman now playing in the middle. They've got Benson on the left and Greenan on the right. As Lyman will give it a ride over midfield. Montano now as the back line for Crown will go all the way back for Roque in the 18. 75 seconds remaining, half number 1. Jackets up by the score of 3-0. Now Montano in his own end of the field. Playing it back now for Pedro Silveira. Now ball up the middle, intercepted by Lyman. We go under a minute remaining, half number 1. Here's Taylor Moore. Jimmy Jamison now clipping it over the top, looking for Melvin Anderson. That one will go through everybody and into the waiting arms of Leo Roque. 40 seconds now left in the half. How aggressive the Polars want to be here, down by 3. Dion getting his head up to that one. Now Hudd will run it down, far side. Right near the Yellow Jacket bench. Eli Benson now. Playing it forward. Taylor Moore now. Well done to pick out Soares, far side. 20 seconds remaining in the half. Soares dancing on the right foot. Now Moore with 10 seconds remaining. Outside Eli Benson. Moore crosses it in. Popping up in the air. Jordan Altman will turn, and the clock will expire as Altman came into the 18, and that is how the opening 45 minutes will end here. Jackets in control. 2 goals from Seth Davidson, an additional one from Jacob Wiles, and they lead this UMAC tournament semifinal contest here on this Wednesday night from Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium by the score of 3-0. UWS 3, Crown nothing. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium on this UMAC Tournament semifinal Wednesday, and that first 45 minutes went pretty much to plan for the Yellow Jackets. UWS pitching a shutout here at the break. Your score after 45 minutes, UW Superior 3, Crown nothing, as we jump into our first half summary and look at the first half stats. And our halftime programming, like I said, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. Yellow Jackets, it took all of 5 minutes and 32 seconds for UWS to get on the board in this semifinal matchup. And with Seth Davidson scoring his 13th goal of the season, off assist from Orlando Fertelman and Rowan Wagner. It was actually a short corner that the Yellow Jackets played out for Fertelman. Cross it into the backside of the 18. Getting ahead to it was Rowan Wagner, and then pouncing on it as it fell to his feet inside the 6 with Seth Davidson. He tapped it into the back of the net past Leo Roque, and that made it a 1-0 score at the break. 2 minutes and 2 seconds later, Davidson added his 14th and his second of the game. Again, a really nice free kick for the Yellow Jackets. Harvey McLaughlin sending it in for the Yellow Jackets to the right side. Rowan Wagner for the Yellow Jackets was able to get the first touch on the ball, played it back across, and another tap-in goal in the 6th for Davidson. His second of the game, his 14th of the season at 7:34, and that made it 2-0. And that's where we stood there. It stayed that way for another about 15, almost 16 minutes, but it was Jacob Wiles scored a beautiful header for the Yellow Jackets. It was a textbook free kick from Harvey McLaughlin, getting his second assist of the game, putting a nice topspin chip over the top. Wiles at 6'3", coming down the middle, went up and headed it perfectly over the top of Roque and into the back of the net for Jacob Wiles, his 3rd goal of the season, that one coming at 23-21, and that's where we stand at the break. Your score, Yellow Jackets 3 and Crown nothing. Numbers in that first half, all of them for the Yellow Jackets. UWS holding a 20-0 edge in total shots, including a 7-0 edge in shots on goal. The Jackets also racked up 7 corner kicks in that opening 45 minutes, while the Polars did not get a shot or a corner kick in the opening half of action. Both teams with 2 yellow cards in that first half. A total of 9 fouls were called in that opening half. 5 of them against the Polars. 1 offside whistled against Crown as well. And as far as goalkeeper saves, Patrick Sessions pitching a shutout in goal, as he has not had to make a save as of yet, obviously. Leo Roque for Crown, he has 4 stops so far here halfway home in this one. So that's your story. 45 minutes up, 45 minutes to go here for the Yellow Jackets. And they lead it by the score of 3-0 in the break. We'll take another quick break ourselves and then come back with more, including a look at what else is going on with Yellow Jacket Athletics with our Yellow Jacket Sports Summary. That's coming up in about 2 minutes. So stick around for that. This is UWS Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We're back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. Halftime rolling on here. Jackets leading it by the score of 3-0 in this UMAC tournament semifinal. We have about 8.5 minutes before we start the second half of this one, and so with that time, we'll catch you up on what else is going on with the Yellow Jacket Athletics. It is a wildly busy time here as we're fully into the crossover season, going from the fall into the winter. So we'll go through this quickly. Women's soccer, 9-7-4 heading into play tonight. Finished 8-1-3 in the UMAC. They finished third in the UMAC standings with a 2-0 win over Martin Luther in their regular season finale that was played right here on Saturday at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. The Yellow Jackets closing out the season with a sweep of the Knights. In that contest, UWS scored once in each half, getting goals from Cameron Hill at 26:43 and Neve Larson at 58:06, while shooting the Knights 27-4 for the game, which included a 17-0 edge in shots on target. Quinn Clark went all the way in goal for the Yellow Jackets to post the shutout. Yellow Jackets in action right now, taking on Bethany Lutheran in their UMAC tournament semifinal round at Shields Field down in Mankato. In that last pick, or last check anyway, with about 15 minutes to go in that one, the Yellow Jackets were up by a score of 2-0. What's that? Okay, about 12 minutes to go, excuse me. Bradley Lettuce, my engineer here with Yellow Jacket TV, keeping me updated on that one. But the Yellow Jackets getting goals from Neve Larson and Cam Hill tonight to lead Bethany Lutheran 2-0 down in Mankato in that contest. So Yellow Jacket women looking good there. Volleyball now at 19-9 overall in the season, 8-2 in the UMAC. They dropped a 3-1 decision to Northwestern in UMAC conference action on Saturday, down about a couple hundred yards from where I am right now at Mertz Morelli Gymnasium. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets fell by set scores of 25-17, 23-25, 22-25, and 13-25. For the match, UWS hit 179 and were led by McKenna Hobein, who had a big match for the Jackets. She had 18 kills and 16 digs while hitting 389 in the contest. Sydney Bader had 11 more kills for UWS, while Colleen Claude and Gabby Schwartz combined to dish out 38 assists, while Savannah Herring had 16 digs for the Yellow Jackets. Claude also had 12 digs in that matchup. Their next in action is coming Friday as they close out the regular season, taking on Minnesota Morris at the Mertz. That's where I'll be on Friday night. 7 p.m., the opening tip, 6:45, the pregame. That'll be a Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only. Men's and women's cross country, both teams competed at the UMAC Championships this past Saturday at Winthrop, or in Winthrop, Minnesota. And on the men's side, the Yellow Jackets were dominating, claiming their 8th UMAC Conference Championship, finishing with just 16 points as a team, while second-place Crown finished nearly 60 points behind the Yellow Jackets with a team total of 75. The Yellow Jackets 1 point away from a perfect score on the day at the 2025 UMAC Championships. Very impressive for Coach Glenn Drexler and company. In doing so, the Yellow Jackets finished with 4 runners in the top 5 and 5 in the top 6 in claiming the title. Dylan Udo won the individual title for UWS with a time of 26:18.1, while Ben Plackner finished second with a time of 26:32.1. In third place was Maverick Hoogland with a time of 27:02.5, with Dominic Meisner placing fourth in a time of 27:13.9. Tyler Smith, meanwhile, closed out the lineup for the Yellow Jackets in sixth with a time of 27:56.3. So congratulations to Glenn Drexler and the Yellow Jacket men's cross-country team on their 8th UMAC conference title this past weekend. On the women's side, UWS placed fourth as a team with a total of 115 points and were led by Lily Smith with a time of 25:33.3 to place 18th in the individual race standings. They're off this coming weekend, are both cross-country teams, but they'll both also be next in action on Saturday, November 15th, as both teams head to the NCAA Division III North Regional Meet. They'll be hosted by UW-Eau Claire at the Whitetail Golf Course in Colfax. No times on the start of those races as of yet. Men's hockey opened up their season 1-0 with a very impressive win in their season debut, defeating Marion by the final score of 7-0. That game was played on Saturday in non-conference action at the Blue Line Family Ice Center in Fond du Lac on Saturday. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got 2 goals from Rupe Tuimiaska to go along with single tallies from Justin Dauphiné, Carson Riddle, A.J. Reed, Chris Ishmael, and Matthew Danziger, while holding a 25-17 edge in shots. Jan Skorpik went all the way in goal for the Jackets and finished with 17 saves to get the shutout. They're next in action this coming Friday at Gustavus Adolphus. That'll be our next broadcast on 91.3 FM. 7 p.m., the opening faceoff against the Gusties down at Don Roberts Ice Arena in St. Peter, Minnesota. 6:30, the pregame with John Garver on the same radio waves. Women's hockey, 0-2 overall, lost their second straight to open up the 25-26 campaign on Saturday, giving up 1 goal each in the first and third periods and losing to Lake Forest 2-0 at Westman Arena. In that contest, UWS held a 31-25 advantage in shots, while Jada Moyer took the loss in goal for UWS with 23 stops. They're next in action on Friday. They'll be playing their first road game of the season down at Hamlin. That'll be an opening faceoff of 2 p.m. that afternoon. Meanwhile, Men's basketball will open their season this weekend by hosting the NBC Tip-Off Classic at Mertz Mortarelli Gymnasium here in Superior. On Saturday, the Yellow Jackets will host Marion for a 5 p.m. opening tip at the Mertz before facing either Central of Iowa or UW River Falls in their second game of the Classic at 4 p.m. on Sunday. All 4 games between the 4 teams can be seen on Yellow Jacket TV this weekend. For the full schedule and links to the stream, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com. And last but not least, women's basketball will open their season as well this coming weekend. They open up on Friday at St. Catherine in a non-conference action at the Butler Center in St. Paul. That'll be a 7 p.m. opening tip for new head coach Evelyn Parsons and the Yellow Jackets. So that's your Yellow Jacket sports summary. As we're about to bring our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated to a close, we'll take one more quick break and come back with the start of the second half of this UMAC tournament semifinal between the Yellow Jackets and Crown. That's coming up in 2.5 minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Ready for the second half here between the Yellow Jackets and Crown. A quick reminder, if the Yellow Jackets hold on to win this game, they'll face the winner of Bethany Lutheran and Northwestern right back here at SCCU Stadium on Saturday. Go to uwsyellowjackets.com for more information on that one. I'm thinking it'll probably be an afternoon kick in that case. But again, nothing has been set as of yet. So for more information on that, that'll be our next broadcast, though. Assuming the Yellow Jackets play on here and are able to close out this next 45 minutes and advance to yet another UMAC tournament title contest on Saturday. UWS looking for their 9th straight. Pretty remarkable streak for head coach Joe Mooney and company, and they're halfway home in that regard, leading this one by a score of 3-0. Jackets goals coming from Seth Davidson, his 13th and 14th tallies of the year. Jacob Wiles with the 3rd goal for the Yellow Jackets. UWS will be going from right to left in the second 45 minutes, while Crown will be going from left to right. Looks like the wind has died down just a little bit. And now I'm getting an update also from the other semifinal. The Yellow Jacket women now have scored again, and now they're up 3-0 with 5 minutes to go. So it's looking like they're going to advance to yet another UMAC tournament contest and a title contest coming up on Saturday as well. So it looks like both soccer teams, as things stand right now, are going to be moving on to the UMAC tournament title contests on Saturday. Yellow Jacket men will be here for sure if they win. I'm not sure about the women as of yet. We'll have to see what the results of the other semifinal would be. In the meantime, the Yellow Jackets Kicking off here to begin this second 45 minutes. And right off the kick, Bryce Bolt, who gets to start the second 45, plays it for Harvey McLaughlin. The Jackets now will go all the way back for Rowan Wagner. Wagner with 2 assists in that opening 45. Jacob Wiles with the third goal now has his foot on it. And it is back now for Orlando Fertelman. Jackets came in having scored 73 goals on the season. They now are up to 76, while having surrendered 23. And has a ball to the far side now, Ben Lyman leaving it. Looks like Joel Thomas is back in, so that's a good sign for UWS. We didn't see Thomas after he took a rather heavy knock midway through the first half. Elijah Altman came in and played the rest of the half on that right wing, and we'll see again. It looks like I said, Thomas looks like he's all right, moving pretty well on that far side. As Crown now in their own end of the field. Here's Benegas trying to come up the middle. See what kind of adjustments the Polars have made here at the break. As they send it to the near side, Omar Navarro. Navarro now for the Polars. He'll play it short now. Here's Lovera. And a pass near side. Looking to trigger Mason Graven. Out of play. It'll be a toss now for the Yellow Jackets. Right near midfield, Rowan Wagner, who has a big line drive throw, will take it right at the midfield stripe. Gives it a ride now. Here's Seth Davidson. Davidson now for the Jackets, turning on the right foot. Kyle Massingham will give it back now for Fertelman. And now Fertelman will switch the field far side. Here's Lyman. Over the top now for Joel Thomas. Running backside, Thomas will leave it. Shot attempt coming in right in on goal. Rebound from Beckett, and that one also saved by Roque. First shot also came from Beckett. That was a heck of a strike. And now we have a Crown player down just off the field of play, past the end line. And he's on his back now and sitting up. It's Benegas, who is the injured Crown player, but doesn't look like he needs any attention. He's just slow in getting up. Clock continuing to move now. 42:40 remaining. Montano looks like he'll be the one to take this free kick now. And he'll play it short now to the outside. Navarro will continue on now for Lovera. And the Polars playing it toward midfield. Headed back by Wiles. Now Fertelman. Davidson. Massingham clipping over the top. Here's Bolt coming in. Bryce Bolt with the shot attempt, and that one will go wide. Not quite sure Bryce Bolt had figured out his footing on that one. He couldn't decide whether he wanted to go with the left foot or the right foot. Went with the right foot and then sliced it off the outside of his boot to the right. Had an inside step against the defender that he was coming in on, but said Bolt just left it a little bit off to the right. And it will now be a goal kick here for Leo Roque. And now Roque will trigger to the far side for Benegas. Now Montano. Switching the field now near side. Lovera tight roping the near sideline. And in fact, he's going to run out of room now. There'll be a throw for the Jackets deep in Crown territory. Rowan Wagner will take it. Throw comes in, Fertelman. Orlando Fertelman advancing toward the 18. Now for Bolt. Stripped away now by Gallo, who's playing on a yellow card for Crown. Now Wiles, he'll get a shot away from about 35 yards out, and that one will ride high over the crossbar. Wiles can strike a ball. We've always known that about him. Has a goal tonight, his third of the season, which is quite a few for a central defender. It's become a very reliable replacement for the Jackets in the middle. Goal kick now. This one will be taken by Montano. He'll play it short now for Roque. Jackets with the high presses. Roque sends it to the far side of the field. Headed back now by Joel Thomas. Now Fertelman. Davidson for the Jackets, turning on the right foot. Massingham now coming forward. Bryce Bolt gets taken down. Yellow Jacket benched in like that. That we play on. And now we're going to have a foul called against Isaac Beckett. And we'll have a free kick now for Crown, as we're under 40 minutes left to play here now on the evening. Off the restart now, it comes back into UWS territory on the ball over midfield. Brought down, though, by Beckett, and now he'll play for Harvey McLaughlin. Wiles now will go to the outside. Here's Lyman. Massingham's ball now. That's intercepted. Now the Polars trying to come back as they chip it into the Yellow Jacket 18. Crown still looking for their first shot attempt of the contest. And we played more than 50 minutes of this semifinal contest here in Superior. Here's a throw now. Taken by Jordan Gallo. Gallo now, play it up the middle. And this one will go out of play. It'll be a throw now coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Going quickly with it now was Fertelman. Here's Beckett. Collecting near midfield. He'll play it back now for Jacob Wiles. Now it's Ben Lyman. Davidson switching it now. McLaughlin. Edge of the Crown 18. McLaughlin taking it in deep. McLaughlin chipping it in the middle. Gallo coming back defensively, and now he'll play it out for a Yellow Jacket corner kick. 8th corner of the match here for the Yellow Jackets. This one coming with 37:55 remaining to be played. It's going to be Kyle Massingham that's going to go over and take it. Far side flag on the right foot. He's going to take it short. Fertelman. Fertelman now clipping it in the middle, going up. Roque able to knock it away from Lyman. Wiles picks it up in the 18. Flicked up in the backside. Davidson. And Roque was in no man's land, but the header went out of play. Surprised that Leo Roque actually stayed that far up on that one as it came across. He was late getting back. Thankfully for him, it didn't end up in the back of the net. In the meantime, now goal kick here for the Polars, taken to the far side. Here's Montano. And he'll give it right over midfield. We'll carry all the way back towards Sessions. Check it. We have a substitution in goal. It's now Luke Lockman that has come in. So Sessions is done for the night. Luke Lockman is in. Freshman from Mequon, Wisconsin, in for the Jackets for the first time on the evening. And he'll play this last 45 minutes for UWS. Lockman into his 9th game. He's getting up 7 goals. Goals against the average of 1.1. 15 saves, save percentage of .682, and a record of 4-1 in his rookie campaign. Well, now a throw on the far side of the field for UWS. Taken, and now Wiles. Massingham will go back for Jacob Wiles. Massingham now will flick it back outside. Here's Rowan Wagner. Wagner now for McLaughlin. Lovera. Back now for his teammate Pedro Silvera. And now Montano for Crown. Near side Navarro. He'll go all the way back now for Roque. Leo Roque now. Distributing for Alan Montano on the far side, and then he turns it over. Chance here for the Jackets. Here's McLaughlin. Harvey McLaughlin. Bryce Bolt lets it roll. Here's a shot attempt, and chipping it over the top was Kyle Massingham. He wound that one back. I thought he probably was thinking, he probably thought, that Bryce Bolt was going to take that ball and try to get a shot away, but it fell for Massingham and just got under it. And we play on now, still 3-0. Now Montano in his own end. Angling ball, that's intercepted. Isaac Beckett, Fertelman. Orlando Fertelman now for Seth Davidson. Beckett, and we're going to have a handball called, I think, against Crown here. Or did it hit the, I think it hit the actual official, perhaps. So we'll have a free kick here for UWS. More than 10 minutes in the second half now. Jackets yet to surrender his shots, leading at 3-0. McLaughlin will switch it now for Ben Lyman. Lyman now playing it off. Massingham. Joel Thomas. Thomas now on for Massingham, and Montano's just going to let it roll. And out of play, it'll be a goal kick here for Crown. Stick around once we go final, by the way. We'll have our postgame sponsored by Synovus Energy once we go final here. Shots now, by the way, 25-0 in favor of UWS. Including 9 on target here for the Jackets this evening. Crown, like I said, still has not gotten a shot off here so far. Now Navarro on the right side, playing it toward the midfield stripe. Graven for Crown. Now Davidson. Bryce Bolt now off the turnover, top of the 18. McLaughlin, left-footed cross coming in. That one cleared away by Silvera. And now Lovera for Crown, trying to come forward on the right foot. Jose Lovera. Stripped by Orlando Fertelman. Fertelman now for the Jackets. 1-on-5. And he got stripped of the ball as well. Now Wagner intercepting an outlet pass. McLaughlin now taking it wide into the 18. McLaughlin with the left-footed cross in the middle. Wide open as Bolt. His header is saved by Roque. The rebound, and they score. Or are they going to wave this off? It'll be Joel Thomas's goal. And they're going to call a yellow card. Somebody's getting a yellow card here for Crown is what it appears. It'll be Joel Thomas on the goal. He'll get that one unassisted. Thomas will be his 4th. Wasn't sure what the official was signaling there at first. The initial move came in from McLaughlin. Found Bolt. His header down to Roque's left. Roque made a quick reaction save on it, but right on the doorstep was Thomas, and he pokes it in the back of the net. And I think that he might be coming out of the game here. Thomas kind of gingerly walking over toward the bench here. He was able to poke that in the back of the net. Like I said, his 4th of the season. That one coming at 57:02 is my time on that. Thomas unassisted to make it 4-0. And yeah, it looks like Joel Thomas is out now. As Jordan Altman and Elijah Altman are both in the game here now for the Yellow Jackets. Meantime, Crown takes the kickoff, and it comes back into their own 18, excuse me. Roque to the far side now. Here's Montano. And I think he was the recipient of the last yellow card, was Alan Montano, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It's hard to tell again. The official walked very slowly over toward the sea of bodies over there after the goal was scored. Now here's McLaughlin. And he'll go back for Rowan Wagner on a support ball. Now the Yellow Jackets with a cross coming through the middle now, looking for Seth Davidson. He clips Roque. Cross came in off the right foot of Elijah Altman. They're going to give an assist, by the way, on that goal to Bryce Bolt. Bolt got the initial header that was stopped by Roque and then poked home by Thomas. Had a lot of stoppages tonight. 31-41 left in this one. Jackets leading at 4-0. And the goal kick is taken now by Roque, who is none the worse for wear, apparently, and will play on. Like I said, Davidson clipped him as Elijah Altman crossed it in for him. Davidson's still on the hat trick watch. And he's got the ball at his feet right now. He'll play a ball back now for Wagner. Now an angling ball from Wiles, looking for Jordan Altman. Overhit just a bit. Now it was Roque to come into his own 18, and he'll hold on to it here. Shots now 28-0. Score 4-0. Shots on goal 12-0. Roque now. The Jackets putting very aggressive press now on Crown's back line. Ball to the far side now. Venegas, his pass intercepted by Isaac Beckett. Now Fertelman. Loses possession. Comes right back, though, for Beckett. Beckett now will go back. On the outside, it's Elijah Altman. Now Massingham. Now Lockman will get a ride to the far side. Elijah Altman will touch it back. Massingham, far sideline. Now Crown's Pedro Silvera to the near side, Lovera. Sending a ball into the 18. Lockman off of his line will grab that one. Now flip it outside for Massingham, and Kyle Massingham with an angling ball forward for Jordan Altman. Jordan Altman for UWS. Leaves it back for Kyle Massingham. Now Elijah Altman. Again, Massingham in possession. And the Jackets will switch it all the way now for Wagner on the left side. Harvey McLaughlin now stepping through. Davidson. McLaughlin. Elijah Altman into the 18. Crown able to break up that play and send the ball back toward the middle of the field. And I'll fall on UWS's Isaac Beckett. It'll be a free kick here for the Polars. They take it quickly and now turn it over. Here's Seth Davidson. His pass intercepted. Now, though, it falls for Massingham. Massingham tried to make a move. Had it tackled away. And now foul going to be called on Isaac Beckett. Now he's going to go into the book. Fifth yellow card we've had. This one coming with 28:43 on the second half clock. Yellow Jackets looking for win number 15 and to advance to the UMAC tournament title game. And unless I'm mistaken, I think this would be 10 in a row for the Yellow Jackets. I think they've made every UMAC tournament title game since joining the conference back in 2015. Never missed the UMAC tournament championship match, have the Yellow Jackets. In the meantime, free kick here now for the Polars. 28:53, as I mentioned, on the clock here as they restart it. Montano giving it back now for Roque, and he'll give it a ride across midfield. Headed down by UWS, and now it's Beckett. Seth Davidson turning on the right foot. UWS with a turnover. Jared Hernandez picking it up. And he loses possession to Kyle Massingham. Now Wiles in his own territory being pestered by Noah Fennis. And it'll go out of play off of the Polars' far side. It'll be a throw here coming up for the Yellow Jackets. And it's been a very, I would say, business-like performance for the Jackets here this evening. Took command early, scored twice in the first 7 minutes and 34 seconds, and have not looked back since. Now Mason Graven for the Polars. Lovera picks out Jared Hernandez. Hernandez in Yellow Jacket territory, had the ball taken away from him. Now Fertelman. McLaughlin. And Lovera. He'll play it to the far side. And Venegas now will leave it. Silvera will go all the way back now for Roque. Montano, also for Roque. Jordan Altman kind of being a one-man press out on top right now. Helps create the turnover as the outlet is intercepted by Beckett. Now flipped over the top. Here's McLaughlin into the 18. Harvey McLaughlin, he'll get a shot away. Save is made by Roque. Parries it to the outside, and it'll run out for a Yellow Jacket corner kick. Number 9 on the match. Jackets and the Polars going to make substitutions here as we approach the 20-minute mark. Elapsed in half number 2. Alfie Hudd, Jimmy Jamison coming back into the match for UWS. In the meantime, it'll be a corner kick taken by Massingham, it looks like, on the far side. It'll be an outswinger with the right foot from the far corner flag. Massingham's bending ball toward the 6. Headed away by Crown. We're going to have a foul called on Davidson. Free kick here for the Polars. Roque will trigger it down to the far side. Ball up the middle. Diego Cuellar is in there for the first time. Now near side, Silvera. Back now. Joshua Mata is in for the first time for Crown. And now the Polars will send to the far side of the field. Picked off. Massingham will go back now for Alfie Hudd. And the Jackets, with 25 minutes and change remaining to be played here on the evening, will take possession with Rowan Wagner. Now he'll send it near side, Harvey McLaughlin. Jamison will leave it back. Wagner. Hudd. Massingham now on the right foot. Davidson now will support the ball back, or send a support ball back, for Ben Lyman. Now Elijah Altman trying to make a move. Altman still carrying. Top of the 18. McLaughlin. Davidson with a sharp angle shot. That one zipped right through the 6-yard box. Jamison a little late on the backside. Otherwise, he would have had a tap in. And a throw now coming up for the Polars deep in their own territory, but that's quite the cross coming in now from Davidson as he, like I said, sent the ball with plenty of steam on it right through the 6. There'll be a throw now coming up near side. Lovera looks like he'll be the one to take it. No, they're going to back him up. He came up about 5 yards further than he should have. Here's the throw coming in now near side. That one will go out of play. Throw now for the Yellow Jackets. By the way, fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket Sideline Store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket Sideline Store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. Free kick now coming up for Crown. Jackets with 4 more players getting ready to check into the next opportunity here as we're nearly halfway through the second 45 minutes. UWS with 3 goals in the first half, 1 so far here in half number 2 to lead it 4-0. Here's Alfie Hudd playing it back now, and here's Rowan Wagner. Wagner for the Jackets. Here's Jimmy Jamison. Jamison. And his ball up the middle. That one was picked off. Now it's picked up back, though, by UWS's Harvey McLaughlin. And McLaughlin, the junior from England, will switch it to the far side looking for Elijah Altman. Altman now making move around defender. Comes in the 18, leaves it off. A couple of players were there for the Jackets. They got all tangled up. It was Massingham and Davidson running into each other, and that confusion allowed Roque to come off his line and smother it. Pretty passing play, though. Just couldn't quite get the finish as this one goes out of play far side now. Jackets now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players waiting to come in. Throw coming up for the Polars right in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. Toss comes in far side. Alfie Hudd will volley it into the middle. Now here is UWS's Rowan Wagner. Ben Lyman. Elijah Altman now with the touch. Left it a little short. Now Jamison picking it up. And Jacob Wiles will have it on the right foot. Massingham. Elijah Altman now trying to split a couple of defenders. Jamison now turning. Jimmy Jamison on his way forward. Plays the ball on an angle. Beautifully done here for Massingham. Kyle Massingham with the shot. Save is made by Roque. Ball still sitting on the 6, and Crown will clear it up the near sideline. Wagner now for UWS. For Ben Lyman. Davidson. Took a bump from behind. We play on. Now Navarro will go all the way back for Roque. We'll give it a ride back past midfield. Wiles winning it down. Altman. Alfie Hudd now for the Jackets. Will go out to the outside, and it's Ben Lyman. It's been a comfortable night for the Yellow Jackets back line. Jackets hoping to get Adam Caffel back at some point. And talking to head coach Joe Mooney, he was hoping to get him back. Also, Freddie Watson getting the night off for the Yellow Jackets. Meanwhile, on the near side, it's Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin dancing through several players. Harvey McLaughlin, and now reaching out and grabbing him with the right hand. Handful of shirt was Diego Cuellar. And that's going to be an automatic yellow. Yeah, that was. McLaughlin went right around him. Harvey McLaughlin's got some shake to his game, and Cuellar just reached out and grabbed him. Going to be a yellow every time. 20:06 now left. McLaughlin standing over this one. It'll be a free kick about 50, maybe 55 yards away from goal. Crown holding line at the top of the 18. Now McLaughlin. Sending it over the top. Ball up in the air. Jordan Altman heading it toward the middle area. Crown now trying to clear it, and it'll come right back up the middle. Now Rowan Wagner heading it forward. Now Graven's ball forward. Looking for Dion. Intercepted now. Rowan Wagner. Now Jamison will run one down near side. As it's taken off his foot by Lovera. Jose Lovera coming forward. And this one deflects off of the foot of Wiles and the waiting arms of Blockman, and he'll hold on to it. Under 20 minutes now left on the evening. Yellow Jackets comfortably ahead in this one, 4-0. 3 of those goals coming in the opening half. 2 from Seth Davidson, 1 from Jacob Wiles, and an additional goal from Joel Thomas here in half number 2 to lead it by 4. As Crown now with Marcus Benegas playing it near side, and Graven continuing on now. Here's Lovera. Edge of the Yellow Jacket 18. Now turning and trying to get a shot away with the right foot. Was Noah Fennis. That one blocked by traffic. First shot attempt for Crown in the contest, and it comes with less than 20 minutes remaining in the game. Excuse me. Now Altman, Jordan Altman for the Yellow Jackets, coming in at an angle on the left, and that'll allow Roque to come off of his line on a nice defensive play by Mata to meet him. Now Roque. Going to the far side. Here's Benegas again. Benegas' ball. On the far side, we're going to have a stoppage of play as Elijah Altman went down, and somebody's going to get a red card, and that's going to be Jordan Gallo. That'll be, I think, officially maybe his second. Well, they give him a straight red there. They didn't give him a second yellow. It's going to be a straight red, apparently, for Gallo. And he took off his shirt and fired it into the bench. Wonder if he threw an elbow. So Crown, on top of everything else, now will play 10 on 11, assuming no other red cards for the night here. And head coach Alex Hostler right now having a conversation with our center referee. Been plenty of cards in the contest. 17:58 remaining on the clock. I'll give us a chance to remind you that if you have not downloaded Swarm Central, you probably should. Swarm Central, the official rewards loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets. Get started and receive 200 points just for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes on the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. As the conversation is ongoing now on that far side. From over here, I'm guessing he must have gotten an elbow up. That's the only thing I could think of, and maybe swung it. I'm a long way away from that side of the field, though, so it's hard to say, but that was a straight red. That was not a second yellow. And Gallo got a yellow in the first half. In the meantime, they're going to give a free kick, it looks like, to the Polars here. Getting a long break after this red card on Jordan Gallo. So after all that, off the free kick, it's sent to the Yellow Jacket 18, headed away by UWS. And now Harvey McLaughlin. Sending an angling ball through. Beautiful pass for Elijah Altman, edge of the 18. Altman into the Crown 18-yard box. Tried too many step overs, ended up losing it. Now it comes up the middle. Here's a long shot coming in. That one taken by Hud, and that one will rise high and wide, and that'll finally allow for the substitutions here. Jackets somewhat emptying the bench here. Valentin Soares is back in. Taylor Moore back in for UWS. Looks like James Colt is going to enter the contest. Eli Benson back in. So it looks like Callum Greenan is into the contest. And Alec Pyra is going to play on that right side defensively. So now the back line is Benson, Greenan, and Pyra for the Yellow Jackets. In the midfield, it's Colt, Valentin, Soares for the Yellow Jackets, Hud, and Elijah Altman. And then up top, right now, it's Taylor Moore, Jimmy Jameson, and Jordan Altman. For the Yellow Jackets is off the goal kick. So up the middle, Green and getting his head to it. Now Schultz for the Polars will play it back for Lovera. Lovera now coming near side. Valentin Soares tackling it out for UWS. It'll be a throw here coming up now for the Polars. Jackets going to let the regulars get the rest of the night off here as they are well on their way, it appears, to their 10th straight UMAC tournament title. Lost it the first year to St. Scholastica and have not lost a tournament title match since. Going for their 9th in a row here in 2025. In the meantime, here is a throw coming in now from Eli Benson. He'll go all the way back. Callum Green and Pyra now leaving it short. Colt, Alfie Hud. Quarter of an hour and change remaining here on the evening. Jackets content to take the air out of the ball here, I would think, over this last quarter of an hour or so. Now Pyra on the far side. Crown has also gone into their bench here, so we're playing out the string here, it appears. Now on the right side, there's Colt's ball. Trying to cut it back. Actually, that was Jimmy Jamison who tried to play that ball back. Broken up by Crown, and now they'll play it on the far side of the field. Now the Polars up on the far wing here. DeYoung trying to turn. Tackled away from him now by Pyra. Throw for the Polars now on the far side. Ball hung up in several pairs of feet over there. UWS comes out of there with it. Jimmy Jamison now on the wing. Jordan Altman coming toward the edge of the Crown 18. Tries to cross the ball in. That one will take a deflection off of a defender's back, and it'll be another corner kick here for the Jackets. Shots now 31-1 in favor of UWS, including 14-0 in shots on goal. Another corner kick here coming up. Less than a quarter of an hour remaining. 13:20 and counting, in fact. Looks like it'll be Pyra that'll take the corner kick. Bends the ball to the outside. Off the head of Elijah Altman coming up the middle. Long shot now taken. That one, I think, was taken by Callum Greenan. Took a deflection, and Roque able to smother it. He'll hold on to it here and wait for his teammates to get forward. Roque now walking it forward here for Crown. Still coming forward with it. Now he'll give it a ride with the right foot. James Colt off the long ball in the Yellow Jacket territory. Able to play it wide now. Here's Eli Benson. Now Colt. Alfie Hudd gets stood up. And then being sent tumbling to the deck is going to be UWS's James Colt. It'll result in a foul against the Polars. They'll take a quick restart. Here's Eli Benson coming forward. Valentin Soares. Soares for the Yellow Jackets. Thinking toward the 18, cleared away by the Polars. Jackets retaking again. Benson now for Colt. Taylor Moore. Back now for Alfie Hudd. Hudd for the Yellow Jackets. Switching it to the far side. Alec Pyra. Elijah Altman now in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. Pyra. Now Colt. It's been kind of the story of the game for the Jackets. Just a lot of knocking it back and forth, waiting for the opportunities, and they have been quite clinical when they've gotten the opportunity. 4 goals up on the board as Hudd. Triggers it far side now, Elijah Altman. Elijah Altman for the Yellow Jackets. Taking it wide into the 18, trying to cross it across the face of goal, and it'll be tackled down. We'll have another corner kick here coming up. 10 minutes, 58 seconds left. Very business-like performance for UWS. Very professional tonight. Scored twice in the first 7 minutes and 34 seconds, and like I said, have not looked back since. Pyra will take it. Altswinger up the middle of the 18. Shot attempt now taken by Elijah Altman. Sent wide. Now Adam Schmidt, who's in for the first time, trying to cross that into the 6, and that one will be grabbed by Roque. He'll hold on to it here. Now he'll give it a ride across midfield. Pyra for the Yellow Jackets will hit it back. Mata at midfield. Overshot's intended target, and it'll come into the Yellow Jacket 18. And Lockman will just bleed some time off, or he scoops it up and distributes it to the left side for Eli Benson. Valentin Soares now for James Colt. Colt for the Yellow Jackets. They're hitting a ball to the far side. Second ball, though, picked up by Jordan Altman. Adam Schmidt now triggering it for James Colt. Colt angling a ball backside. It takes a deflection off of Quinn Bagwell, who's in for Crown, and it'll go back now for Roque, who will give it a ride from his own 18. Across midfield, and that one will roll out for a Yellow Jacket throw. Off the throw-in now on the far side. Adam Schmidt going outside for Alec Pyra. Now Schmidt. Hanging the ball now for Valentin Soares. Soares for the Yellow Jackets. Will turn. He'll get a shot away with the right foot, and he'll hit it over the top of everybody. Almost clipped Harrison and Holden Law that are sitting back there. Went over the top of them. They didn't even blink on that one. Good job, guys. Clock continuing to move here. 8 minutes, 40 seconds now left. UWS on their way to win number 15 on the season. It would be the 244th coaching victory of Joe Mooney's tenure as Yellow Jacket head coach. Goal kick now coming forward. Pyra now sending that one into Crown territory. Here's Elijah Altman looking for his brother Jordan. Overhit the pass a bit, and Roque will grab that one. Two more Yellow Jackets going to check in here at the next opportunity, as they did against Martin Luther on Saturday. Jackets going deep into their bench in this one. Elijah Altman now on the far side, leaving it back. Here's Pyra. He goes down now. All up the middle. Callum Green in there for UWS. Elijah Altman keeping it in on the far sideline in Crown territory. Now Jamison crossing it in. Cleared up the middle, though, near the 18, and now Crown trying to come forward. Colt will run it down, and he'll play it back now for Eli Benson. Valentin Soares. Eli Benson has it taken off of his foot. Back for Joshua Mata. We'll go all the way back now for Roque. And now a ball near side. And it'll go out of play. Jackets so far tonight have played 25 players. Now make it numbers 26 and 27 on the night. So they played 26 against Martin Luther on Saturday. Played 27 so far here this evening as Joe Eklund is in for the first time, as is Logan Lamble here for UWS, with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left for UWS books their 10th straight trip to the UMAC title game on Saturday. The game will be played here. It'll be against either Bethany Lutheran or Northwestern. Go to UWSYellowJackets.com to find out who and when the Yellow Jackets will be playing that game on Saturday. In the meantime, Ball now played into Yellow Jacket territory on the far side. Isaac Schultz for Crown trying to track it down near the Yellow Jacket 18. Leaves it short. Now the UWS. Back for Adam Schmidt in their own territory. Haven't been in their own territory very much tonight. In fact, UWS so far giving up just one shot. Only 34-1 edge in shots. 14-0 edge in shots on goal. 10 corner kicks for the Jackets tonight as well. There's also been a red card against Crown in this game. That against Jordan Gallo a while back. Taking all the drama out of it. Here's where you tick down toward the last 5 minutes. Here's Schultz now trying to play for DeYoung up the middle. Outlet pass intercepted by the Polars. Now it's Cuellar. Near side now Bagwell. Turning and sending one in and right to Lockman, who will take his time as he grabs that one. Roll it now for Eli Benson. Under 5 minutes now left. Lamble, Benson, now Colt and Schmidt. Adam Schmidt now. Near side, here's Logan Lamble. Lamble coming forward. Left-footed ball now looking for Jordan Altman. Overstepped it. Had to go right through his feet as he came toward the 18. Grabbed on the ground there by Roque. He'll hold on to it. Looks like UWS will get at least one more player in as Jacob Steffes is standing at the midfield stripe. 4 minutes, 15 seconds now left. We'll go right into our post-game recap once we go final. Here's Taylor Moore now. Leaving over the top. Jordan Altman. And that one will be cleared away now, and that'll allow for the substitution as Steffes will come in. He'll take out Jordan Altman with 4:04 now left. Throw comes in now. Here's Taylor Moore, and he'll deflect it out of play off of a Crown player over the end line. Corner kick number 11 coming up for UWS with 3:50 and counting now left. Corner kick now coming in. Ball through the middle. Couldn't be cleared by Crown, Nearly fell for Steffes near the 6, but the Polars able to clear it away from danger. And now we'll go deep in the Yellow Jacket territory, where Lamble will run it down. Callum Greenan now for Adam Schmidt. Schmidt for the Yellow Jackets. Overhanding it for Taylor Moore, grabbed by Roque, and now he'll send it to the near side. Jude McVitie was there for Crown. Bring it back now, Bagwell. Mata coming back in the 18. Now Roque will lift it toward midfield. Schmidt measuring the head ball. Gets it down now. Here's Taylor Moore. Again, another bit of a heavy touch there. Now Colt. Joe Eklund now for UWS, and then he'll send the ball off to the corner, and it's going to run out of play for another goal kick here with 2.5 left. Jackets will be 15-6. Crown will go to, as I look at the numbers, excuse me here, 6-12-3 overall. And a little over 2 minutes. Now Schmidt for the Jackets for Eklund on the far side. That one broken up and sent over midfield to the far side. Here's Callum Greenan. Alec Pyra's pass, blocked by a Crown defender. He'll go back instead for Greenan, who will just send it over midfield. Now Bagwell, as we're under 2 minutes left. And a foul going to be called here on Taylor Moore. 1 minute, 40 seconds. Clock continuing to move. Jackets will take a couple of days to get ready for Saturday. I think this is going to be on the season for Crown. Have a bunch of seniors on this squad that are going to be playing their last UMAC games here tonight. Our last games against UMAC competition anyway, as Roque gives it a ride with the right foot in the Yellow Jacket 18. Headed away by Greenan. And now a shot comes in. That one taken by DeYoung. First shot on target. That one grabbed by Lockman. And now the ball to the far side with 1:01 left. And it'll be a free kick here coming up for Crown. Roque coming up, giving some instruction here on the free kick here with 40 seconds now left. Here's the free kick. And the Yellow Jacket 18. Cleared away by Colt. Triggered forward for Eklund, right at midfield. He goes down after getting tangled up with Bagwell. 15 seconds now left as McVitie comes up. On a play off of UWS's Taylor Moore. 8 seconds as the countdown is on. McVitie on the throw. 2 seconds, 1 second. And the horn goes. The final score here tonight in this UMAC tournament semifinal contest from Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. Yellow Jackets 4, Crown nothing. We'll take a quick break. Come back with our post-game show, sponsored by Synovus Energy. That's coming up in 2 minutes. This is UWS Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS, and also on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy as the Yellow Jackets advancing to their 10th straight UMAC tournament title contest as they defeat Crown here in the UMAC tournament semifinal round here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. Final score here, Yellow Jackets 4, Crown nothing. UWS scoring 3 of their 4 goals in the first half as we jump into our post-game recap. UWS opening up the scoring early in this one. Seth Davidson scoring the first of his 2 goals of the game. 5:32 at the time. The assist, Orlando Fertelman and Rowan Wagner, the first of two. Again, his 13th, and that made it 1-0, and that proved to be the game winner here tonight in this semifinal. Davidson then 2 minutes and 2 seconds later, adding his 14th at 7:34 off an assist from Rowan Wagner and McLaughlin to make it 2-0, and it was smooth sailing for the Yellow Jackets from there. Their third goal, a thing of beauty, I talked about in the first half and also at halftime, but it bears repeating. 23-21, Jacob Wiles with the prettiest goal of the night off of a free kick from Harvey McLaughlin. Just a really nice played ball over the top from McLaughlin, and able to rise up and get the header on it in stride was Wiles, heading over the top of Roque in the back of the net for his third to make it 3-0. That's where we stayed at the break. And then the second half, Joel Thomas for the Yellow Jackets scoring unassisted. Actually, I had it unassisted, but they did add a assist from Bryce Bolt, that coming at 57:02, and that made the final score here in Superior 4-0. Final shots in this one, Yellow Jackets holding a 34-3 edge in total shots, including a 14-2 edge in shots on goal. UWS with an 11-0 edge in corner kicks. There was a one red card handed out to Jordan Gallo of Crown. A total of 6 yellow cards were handed out, so there was plenty of cards in this one. In terms of fouls, 16 of them in the contest, 10 of them against the Yellow Jackets. There was one offside against the Polars in the contest. And in terms of goalkeeper saves, Luke Lockman making 2 stops for the Yellow Jackets after relieving Patrick Sessions, and went the first 45 minutes without having to make a save for UWS, while Leo Roque made 10 saves in goal for Crown. With the win, the Yellow Jackets now at 15-6 overall, while Crown again falls to 6-12-3 overall. We'll take a quick look at what else is coming up, by the way, here as far as scheduling. So here's what we got coming up on tap over the next few days here. Yellow Jackets, our next Yellow Jacket sports broadcast here on 91.3 FM will be the men's hockey contest at Gustavus Adolphus this coming Friday. That'll be a 7 p.m. opening face-off from Don Roberts Ice Arena down in St. Peter, Minnesota. 6:30 the pregame with John Garver. Again, that is a 91.3 FM KUWS broadcast only. Then on Saturday, November 8th, the Yellow Jackets men's soccer team will be back here with yours truly, taking on either Northwestern or Bethlehem Lutheran for a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. For more information on that one, you'll have to go to uwsyellowjackets.com, as Bethlehem Lutheran and Northwestern actually playing at the moment, trying to decide who's going to travel up here to face the Yellow Jackets on Saturday. But that will be a radio broadcast as well. Again, uwsyellowjackets.com, the place to go to find out who the Yellow Jackets will be playing and at what time that day. That same day, however, we also know that the men's hockey team will be back in action also on 91.3 FM, taking on St. Olaf down at the Northfield Ice Arena in St. Olaf, or down in Northfield, Minnesota, 7 p.m. the opening face-off there, 6:30 the pregame. Again, that a 91.3 FM broadcast only. Then on Wednesday, November 12th, women's volleyball in the UMAC tournament semifinals. They'll be hosting somebody. We're not quite sure yet because the regular season isn't over, but that will be a 7 p.m. opening serve, 6:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. Then on Friday the 14th, men's hockey will be taking on St. Scholastica, another joint broadcast on 91.3 FM and Yellow Jacket TV. 7 p.m. the opening face-off there, 6:30 the pregame, and then to close it out on Saturday, November 15th, men's hockey again taking on Bethel at Westman Arena. 7 p.m. the opening face-off there, 6:30 the pregame. Again, a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. So that gives you an update on what else is coming up here over the next few days. Our next broadcast of Yellow Jacket Sports will again come this Friday as the Yellow Jacket men's hockey team taking on Gustavus Adolphus. 7 p.m. the opening face-off, 6:30 the pregame. That'll be on 91.3 FM. Our next broadcast on Yellow Jacket TV will come up that same night. It'll be women's volleyball taking on Minnesota Morristown at Mertz Mortarelli Gymnasium. 7 p.m. the opening serve there. Yours truly, I'll be over there for the pregame starting at about 6:45 that evening. A big thank you to Bradley Lellis, who was my engineer with Yellow Jacket TV. Also a big thank you to Chris Allen, who was my engineer back at 91.3 FM. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight, and we'll hope you'll join us for more Yellow Jacket men's soccer as it comes down to Saturday for UWS taking on either Bethlehem Lutheran or Northwestern for a bid to the NCAA tournament. So for Chris Beck at 91.3 FM and for Brad and the rest of our crew with Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson. One more time repeating the final score. UWS defeating Crown here tonight in the UMAC tournament semifinals. Final score, Yellow Jackets 4, Polars nothing. Thanks for listening or watching, everybody. This has been UWS Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.